Hi everyone, welcome back. So, um, sorry, not feeling the best today. It's been a really tough weekend. Really busy, hence why we're streaming today. And just give me a second, and let's see what's going on. Okay, so let's just play a catch up on what we did last week. Last week we attempted to do some t-shirt designs on stream that didn't work out too well. I had a whole lot of artist block, but we did eventually get the t-shirt designs completed. I shared them with the Discord and I thought they were pretty good for um you know only 2 days of planning. So let's see. I'm going back to our ongoing project, which is Lockdown, and I already did the pre-rendering earlier. For those of you who haven't seen it in quite a few days, I added some 3D effects to the grass. I animated this particular lock person. I forgot what his name is. I know that's Lochter and Safina. Um, oh, wine glass, right? So, approximately 2, maybe 3 weeks ago, one of our lovely viewers named this particular character wine glass. This is Lochter and this is Safina. Or Safina. I'm not quite sure how they wanted that to be pronounced. And I made some changes to the Illustrator file so that we could get the graffiti and words back. I'm still trying to figure out how Illustrator updates the file or how it works with After Effects. Still trying to work those kinks out. And so I hope you'll have some patience with me while I do that. Usually this stream is on Saturday from 7 to 10. Today it's on Monday because, as I said, how do I put this? This weekend was a whole lot of, yeah, it was a whole lot of everything. I'm doing a lot of job applications. Hey Tony, I at no point know when I got you a tone, but if I have that kind of money, let me know. I thought you were trying to invade the town. I'm not going to gift you the town you're trying to invade, Tony. You're gonna have to do the invasion on your own, find the army, and find your way in. But so basically finish the animation for this one. I'm thinking of adding, right now this is a complete loop. I'm thinking of adding I'm thinking of lengthening, there we go, words, the whole composition, and having the ambulance pull up to where it originally was, and or 3 doctors come out of it with a stretcher to help save or little person. Not quite sure how that's gonna work out, but we'll find out. So I still have several characters to animate, but I think I'm just gonna start out slow today with the trees, mostly because I'm not feeling my best, and we'll get into the more complicated aspects of this later. I don't have a vampire, Tony. What vampire are you talking about? And what vampire would be able to come out while the sun is out? These are the questions that I'm asking. Okay, so since I already have some animation on this one, uh, okay, so I do actually have animations on the trees. So what this is telling me is that I'm going to need a new solid white layer. I'm gonna bring that all the way down to the bottom and realize that I already have this white layer. So I'm just gonna turn it on. And so you see, the thing with this thing being black is that when it's in here, I can't see it. So I didn't know that would do that. I had recently discovered that now. And I'm gonna move this there. And I'm gonna reposition that branch. So you can't see it, but I just repositioned the anchor point in another window. Or I'm lying, you can see it. Wow. Yeah. So I just repositioned the anchor point in another window. And let's see if I can't close that window. There we go. What happened, Tony? What am I guessing? What happened? Did something good happen to you? Okay, so I'm gonna reposition that, and now I'm just gonna. I really want to learn the wiggle. Look at my dance. It's called "Feed Me, Please." Tony, I'm currently starving myself. Can't feed you. You want me to add you to the composition? That's a whole lot of work that I didn't sign up for, Tony. This is gonna end up as a free bonus for everybody in the Discord when I'm finished. So, what you guys can do is you can make your own file and add yourself to it, and you can share it in our chat. Speaking of which, you were supposed to share something with me in our chat, and you did not. It was supposed to be. Hold on. I am remembering. It was supposed to be a story. Yes, it was supposed to be a story of how you took over lockdown. And I never got that story, Tony. I'm heartbroken. I'm absolutely heartbroken, Tony. So Alright, so there's a video called 201 After Effects Expressions. It's basically 201 is the wiggle expression, and I'm trying to get through them. I really just want to get through the random rotation, but I think I'm gonna hand animate it for now, and when I figure out the wiggle completely, then I will make this. So okay, so first we're gonna, and actually I'm gonna easy ease in that one, so I'm gonna click Alt to get back my original keyframe, sorry, Control, and then I'm gonna right click and use easy ease in, and I'm gonna do the same thing with here, except I'm gonna use easy ease out. And at this point, I'm actually gonna copy this, excuse me, and oh, hey Dai. Yep, he's in trouble. I'm good. Yeah, that is the wiggle expression, but I'm told that there's a different one for rotation. That one works really great for position, but rotation only has one, so I'm not sure how to write it. Yeah. Yeah. How have you guys been? I haven't spoken with you in such a long time. Just gonna do that, and we're gonna okay. So let's see how that looks when I take all of this white solid off. Yeah. I'm just mostly working on this. Let's see. For the most part, let's see what this is. So I think it could use some squash and stretch. Mostly stretch on this one. So I'm gonna add the puppet to this. And we're just gonna, well, first we're gonna find the right we're gonna find the right layer, and with the right layer it will make so much more sense. Sorry. So now that we're doing that, I'm not quite sure what's going on there, so I'm just gonna leave those alone. And we're just gonna hit E and just the puppet tool. Life's a bit of a grind, but excuse me. Mm. I remember seeing that wiggle expression under this menu thing. When you alt click, then you press the play button to open up an expressions list. Okay. Let's try that with the branch. So alt click. I know I can open up the expressions menu like this. And then click the play button. Okay. Alright, so today we learned that I can follow instructions. Let's see if we can't find the wiggle expression. This is the first time I've been in this menu. I'm not even quite sure if you guys can see this menu, but I hope you can. So what I essentially have here, if you guys can't see it, is when you click the play menu, it's a bunch of categories, and then when you click next to them, it's a good amount of expressions. So I'm not seeing the wiggle expression. Oh, I found it. So wiggle is under property, and if I click wiggle, okay, so I'm getting an error now, and I think it's because I haven't defined any of my variables. And it says frequency is not defined, so I'm just gonna hit shift enter. Frequency equal 5. Says why not? I don't know if this is gonna work. Okay, so error line 2, property rotation of layer 9. Instead, amp is not defined. I don't know what the amplitude is, so we'll put amp equal to 1. Or wait, why am I doing this in a different line? I'm not quite sure what I'm doing. I'm just making mistakes until something works. This is all trial and error until I read the user manual on the Adobe's website. So okay, so it's working. Yay! Okay, so I'm thinking the amplitude is probably something to do with the, so it's got frequency, amplitude, octaves, amplitude. So I'm gonna increase this to 1 just based on what I suspect is what it's doing. Not quite sure, but we're gonna try it. And I think I might have accidentally deleted, there we go. So we're gonna go back, and it's the property menu when I click there. Swiggle. I had the frequency defined as 5, had the amplitude as 1, so I'm gonna put the amplitude at 5 as well. Octaves, and let's see how that goes. and I hit spacebar. And it's very much there. I'm gonna take the frequency down to maybe 1. And that is much better. It looks more like a gentle swaying motion right now. So thank you, Dai. Thank you so much, because that wasn't gonna work out on my own. So I'm actually gonna zoom in so you guys can see it better. And the anchor point is somewhere over here behind this layer. So it's rotating from there. It's parented. The leaves are parented to the branch, so it will move with it. And the frequency is 1. Amplitude is 5, so I'm assuming that's somewhere between... Yes, based on what I'm seeing here, it's rotating between 5. Yeah, it's going between 5 degrees, so that is good for me, I guess. I'm not quite sure of the mathematics. I'll have to do some more reading, but it's working. Thank you, Dai. Well done. Okay. So we've got that working. So now I'm just gonna hide the branch, and I'm gonna go with the puppet tool. And the beauty of this is that I can just drag that up there. That's why I like to have this floating out in space. And so I probably shouldn't have made the branch disappear. At least the branch layer. I still need it to time my... Ooh, this is about to be very interesting. So because I use the wiggle expression on this, I'm not gonna be able to get a lot of the squash and stretch that I want because I don't know how to program it just yet. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a workaround, which is to say that I'm gonna come here and we're gonna fake it. Alright, so I really want to get a deeper understanding of what these expressions actually do, because I get the feeling I could program overlapping motion into the code. So from here, here, oops, just gonna grab that and pull. Rude. Oh, I know what the problem is. I had all of them selected. So we're gonna grab that and pull. And there we go. Because I'm just like, why is it not doing what it's supposed to do? So now I'm gonna grab these, copy V, bring it closer, and I'm faking a good amount of this. And Let's see. Actually, leave that alone. Let's bring this closer. That's too fast. That's too close. And let's go over here and ease out. Ease in. Let's see. Okay. So if I zoom into here, you guys can see what I'm... So here, this doesn't look so right. So let's grab you. And there we go. Okay, and let's have these tools out as well. And what we want to do here is grab these. And I'm just trying to smooth out the shape. So it looks a little bit more like a bouncy tree than a smushed together blob. Hello. No more, not gamers today. What's up? Okay, so yeah. And we've got this going here. And at full speed, it doesn't seem to be working. So maybe if I pull these out, added an ease on these. Welcome back. Nice to see the regular version of you. Um, I'd have to scroll up. Maybe you did. Let me see. No, no, you didn't. Did something happen to your car, Patrick? Okay, so we're gonna grab that. I'm gonna copy and paste that. And I'm not quite sure what just happened, so I'm gonna just open all of that up and sorry. So I'm just copying that and pasting. So it's not working. What I'm going to do is do it individually then. And this is just a mixture of keyframes and expressions, so let's see how this looks. Alright, so of course it's a little bit off. So let's move this. Let's grab all of these and move them. The second set looks a little bit odd. Maybe I'll just move it closer. Seems like a quicker movement right here. I do. You're done at Vijaya job. What? I love the I like the puppet tool a lot. I'm slowly developing a love of expressions, more particularly the loop expressions, since they save so much time. Video job? I feel like I missed something there. Yeah, this doesn't look right, so I'm just gonna take that out. That also doesn't look right. I'm gonna do that. That looks right. Wait. That looks better. So while I'm at that, let's do this. On this side, move it down. And I thought the shadows were parented to this. So let's see. So immediately I can see that this isn't gonna work. So we're just gonna take that off. Mm, yes, Kitchen. So whoops. Let's take that off. Um Lovable expressions. I'm okay, Pack. I'm just not feeling the best right now. A little bit sick, but I think that's just the weather changing on me. Um, yearly safety inspection required in PA. That's actually kind of cool that they have that. Mm, I have been. I've been drinking lots of water and taking lots of vitamin C. So I'm hoping it works. Okay, so now that we have that, I it looks a little bit weird on the tree, but not gonna fix that right this moment. I think both trees are animated, I'm not sure. Yeah, the turbulent displacement on that is a little bit unnoticeable, but I feel like if I make it too big, it's gonna stand out way more than I planned for it to. I can't take another heat wave. I'm barely surviving this one. Um, so let's see. What will we do with this? Alright, so the trees are basically animated. I'm not gonna touch that tree. Our tree was just a warm up animation to get back into the flow of things. So let's go on to the really heavy animations now, which would be here. So now I have to import this. And it's really, which one are we gonna go with? Alright, let's go with the male student. So we're gonna import that, retain our layer sizes, and it's there. And I'm just gonna move the layers into our layers folder and drop that into our main composition. And he's there. Now, first things first, let's get him into his own little place. Aww. The little boy who loses his balance has been named Wineglass. I believe it was Tony who named him. Pac wants to live in Lockworld. If you live in Lockworld, you're gonna have to prevent Tony's invasion of Lockworld. Cause he's hell-bent on yeah, he's hell-bent on taking over Lockworld, so there's that. All of these layers are lacking names. Haha. And although this file is broken up, I believe this is the wrong file. So, haha. First things first, we're just gonna go here and delete that. So I deleted the layers and the compositions worth it, which is to be expected. And delete that. And if you will give me a moment, I'll be able to import the correct file. I have several test versions of this file that I have broken up. How do you know for sure if your toe is broken? I honestly don't know. Dialocks, padlocks, chassis. Oh my god. That would be a good place to start if you can feel it. And if you can move it. I'm always hesitant to tell people who think their toe might, like anything might be broken, to move it. Because I'm scared that they might move it and make it worse for themselves. That's just my ultimate fear. I'm gonna import the lecture file because I believe the lecture file is completed. The student file is a sort of incomplete file, which is why I believe I finished testing on the lecture file. So we go here, moving import as composition, retaining layer sizes, and import. And there's my lecture. There's his layers. I'm just gonna drop that in there, drop that into compositions, and then drop that in there. And there he is. If I double click him, there is an alarming amount of layers, which lets me know we're in the right file. So it's pretty much broken down so that I can basically do whatever kind of animation I want. I don't know. Don't they usually take better care of chastity locks than because of where they go? Um, you two are bad. My last checkup was a few months ago. Actually, no. I had an allergic reaction, so my last checkup was a few weeks ago. Guys, take better care of yourself. Okay, so coming into here, I broke this down extensively. I think, yeah, the pendulum is in its own layer. That's in its own layer. So I'm gonna parent the pendulum to the actual stethoscope. Parent the stethoscope to and this is I did promise you guys I was gonna do rigging and everything on stream. When I make these promises, you can tell I don't think them through, right? This is a lot of work. And we're gonna parent this to the left arm. Parent this to the right arm. The left arm and the right arm we will parent to the stroke. The light bulb, not quite sure what to do with that, so I'm just gonna parent it to, I believe that's the right arm. Let's check. Nope. It's my character's left arm, so I'm still doing this from the character's point of view. Which means the wristwatch is also on that left arm. So I do all the parenting first, and then afterwards I adjust the anchor points. Okay, let's see. I went to a patient first about a year ago. Keep your apples away from my doctors. I can't afford for my file to run away. I actually feel really, really comfortable in Illustrator. Mostly because the person who taught it to me wasn't really focused on tools, but was more focused on the mindset that you should have when making things in Illustrator. And so I'm a little bit more comfortable in Illustrator files. Photoshop files have me on frame by frame every day, and I'm always worried about the quality of the file. So if I can do it in Illustrator, I will. But I do like the styles I can achieve in Photoshop better, which again is saying something. The coat back, I'm going to parent that to the clothes. And it would help if that were actually the layer that I just parented to the clothes, was it? Yes. The right leg and the left leg. I want to parent those to the clothes as well. Gonna leave these, both of these to the right leg, and both of these to the left leg. The skin has no parent. The clothes we will parent to the skin. The hair we will parent to the skin. Same thing with the mouth, eyes, mustache, nose. Leave the glasses out of it. All of these are on the skin. There will be some tests that I will have to run today. Good luck with Illustrator, Dai. I kind of feel the same way about Photoshop most times. Oh, so as far as things go, this weekend was a bit of a toss-up. I think I told you guys I moved in with Neenoo, so there's a lot of things that we're still adjusting to. One of them is the fact that it's really isolated over here. Not to say that there's no people here, it's just very suburban. So getting stuff done, chores, job applications, the whole 9 yards of it has been a. I'm gonna pair the glasses to the nose. Quite a interesting. I'm just parenting these to the coat for now. I don't know if that's where I want them to be. But it's mostly been that. The shadow. For now, I'm gonna parent it to the skin so it doesn't go anywhere. Now that we're here, the idea I had for these, because my OCD is acting up, for these little guys, is that I wanted to essentially have the ambulance. Let's move this. So I wanted to extend this and yeah, I wanted to extend it and then have the ambulance pull up here and have our little doctors come out of the back of the ambulance and pick up this person and the other. Where is. Here we go. This person right here. So I still have to design a stretcher for that. But that's the plan. Ew. Um. Yeah, it's very far away from everything. It's on the other side of the island. So I've actually gone from being really close to the city to much further from it, which um in a sense is a little bit more difficult than I thought it was. And what I'm doing is adjusting this so you guys can see. And it's been an adjustment. I have had to make a lot more use of my Spanish than I was prepared to, but it's getting better. It's just been an adjustment. Thanks, Pac. I really appreciate that. Um, Dai, why are you drinking warm Coke? Just like on the. Just on that note, why are you drinking warm Coca Cola? Ba-da-da-da. Alright, so I'm gonna take the baton. Yeah. So here's the problem I'm facing right now with this animation. This character was made facing frontways, and it's not that hard to switch him sideways. It's just. So first things first, we will have to grab the left shoe and the left sock. And I flip those. And what I'm doing is basically readying this character for a sideways animation. The mouth I'm also gonna move. So I'm gonna grab that, put it here. Gives the illusion that he's looking more in that direction. I'm gonna take the hands and I'm gonna put them down. Oh, right. Well, first of all, I think I got these mixed up, but I can always rename them. Right. So, with all the flipping and everything that I'm doing, and I would probably have to do that first. Anyway, I forgot that I have yet to adjust all the anchor points. So we're just gonna do that now. And we're gonna do the pan behind tool because that's how you move stuff. I forgot that earlier. So we're moving the anchor points of each. I think that would be the best place to rotate it from. No. Probably here. And I'm gonna test it right now. Yes. Most definitely there. So when you have objects with a black background, or that are made up predominantly of black, like this one right here, you can change the background down here. This one says toggle alpha overlay. This one is toggle alpha boundary. This is toggle alpha. Basically, it just gives you the outline that you can see it. I'm sure there are more uses for these, but I just use them so that I can see. So removing that. And I might have to make some more adjustments to this. Let's see. Let's do some rotation. And it looks fine, but I'm just gonna move that closer to there, just in case I want to. Maybe not that close to the edge, maybe like here. And now that we've done that, and we can really only test the robustness of the rig once we get the character moving. So we're gonna do some tests. And I just want you guys to note something. Even though I have Okay. Okay. I tried editing a picture recently in GIMP and I got really flustered and upset and I forget everything. I'm gonna try and find a GIMP tutorial and learn again. That's the first step to doing something creative. Frustration. Um, That is right. Frustration, it's kind of like the never-ending step to to doing something creative. You'll be frustrated frequently. The important thing is don't give up and take really small steps. If you're frustrated, it's really important to take small steps instead of trying to take everything on at once because it's just going to build up. I actually, even though I know how to do Photoshop or how to use Photoshop, I get frustrated frequently with um yes, I frequently get frustrated with GIMP. I remember my first experience in GIMP was a lot like that, where it really did frustrate me. And I remember I rage quit in the middle of it. I was just, can't stand it. I don't want to deal with it. Man, I want to go back to those days. Just take it little by little. Like Di said, it's normal. Um, yeah, tutorial would probably help. Um, give yourself a project, like a poster or something, and then you can just break that down so that you have something you're working towards. Because when you have a project doing, it's a lot easier to focus on learning something than if you're kind of just playing around in the program. Wait, which arm is this? Okay, and so we're done with that. I essentially, that should collapse now. Window. What I'm trying to do is get back to the original window. I think it froze on me, guys, so. There we go. And we're back. Ribbot? Hello, Ribbot. Am I pronouncing that, correctly? Yeah. So, we just finished, setting up the rig for our character. Now we're just gonna, test it. So we're gonna grab the legs. Well, first, I'm gonna close all this stuff. Come on down here and make this whole thing shy. Then I'm gonna grab the problem areas, which are usually the legs, the arms. In this case, I know that coat is going to give us some issues, so I'm gonna grab the coat, the left and the right coat. I'm also going to grab the stethoscope and the pendulum. And we're going to turn on our white background. And we're just going to run some quick animation tests. I don't even know what to say to that. I don't like Coke on principle. I don't like Coca-Cola, so much less warm Coca-Cola. I think you've just traumatized me, Dai. So I'm gonna go here. Alright, so we've got that. Then let's go scale. Gonna unlink this. Okay. Link that back up. That seems to be working. So scale does produce some distortions. I'll probably do that with the puppet tool. But the puppet tool, I'm not sure if it's gonna count. Pumpkin soup and chicken empanadas. I'm jealous. Sounds yummy. Fawn, why is your... Oh. Okay, now I get it. I got the pun now. I really... It took me a while, but I finally got the pun. I'm contemplating Uber Eats or taking a walk down to Target. By the time the stream finishes, Target will still be open. So I can probably get something to eat there. Or I can try and make my way to the Italian supermarket. It's such a weird place, guys. I don't know what to tell you. It's such a strange... I've never lived anywhere like this. Let's go here. Actually, I'm gonna change the I'm gonna change the anchor point of the legs. Whoops. I'm gonna change the anchor point of the legs to down here. Mostly because while I was animating wine glass, I still can't get over that name. Why wine glass? So while I was animating not that one, but this one, there's a movement which it's this one right here, where he shifts his weight onto this foot, that actually cannot be achieved smoothly. It can be achieved, but not smoothly, unless the anchor point of the leg is actually at the ankle, meaning that the character stays firmly planted there. So, and I'm gonna show it to you guys. Where where are you? Not that one. Not that one. There we go. So I'm gonna close this up, and it's right here. You can see that I had to split the layer. So I split the layer, and you can actually see that distortion right there with the sock not knowing which leg to follow. I left the distortion there because it gives the sort of robotic falling down sort of feel to it. But this movement can't be achieved unless the anchor point of this leg is at the bottom right here. So, given what I've learned from this character, I think I'm gonna try our lecture rig with the anchor points at the ankle, and we'll see how our walk cycle fares because of that. What it does mean though is that I will have to do a lot more animation of the body. Um or let's see. Cause I'm gonna do that. Okay. I'm just gonna save myself the pain from now, and I'll duplicate these two layers. One will have a anchor point here, and the other will have a anchor point here. And I'll just use them as replacement drawings, like you can use them in Toon Boom. Was it hooked to the ankle of the bottom of the foot, or the... Oh, it was hooked to the ankle. So the problem with this rig is that in order for me to animate the shoe and the socks, they have to be different layers, so that I don't have to use the puppet tool for everything. The downside of that is that the ankle is actually three objects. The ankle consists of the bottom section of the foot, the sock, and the shoe. So when I'm animating all the movement that takes place in the ankle area, I have to be conscious of the movement of three different objects, one of which can't be parented to. What I'm talking about is the fact that there is a puppet deformation on this leg that I cannot actually parent an object to because it's not technically a movement in position. Meaning that if I do this and I click that, yeah. Meaning that if I pull this out here, this leg deforms. But as far as the program is concerned, the position of the leg hasn't moved. And so, relative to where the object is, the sock and the shoe don't have to move. So I have to animate the sock to follow the movement of the deformation. I'm not sure if there is a way to move that or to edit that. I will do some research on it. The way I worked around it was that I changed the location of the anchor point, which was that instead of having the anchor point of the leg here, I put the anchor point here, um, split the layer exactly where I needed the deformation to change. So right where the weight shifts over 100% is here, right at this moment. And then I shift it over, and for it to drop over like this is impossible if the anchor point were here. As you can actually see, the deformation of the leg is still the same. The puppet tools are still there. And the leg actually falls and leaves the puppet pins right where they are. And you can see pretty much that. So now that we've kind of prepped for this, I did say I was going to work this out some more. First of all, these arms need to be moved higher up the totem pole. Specifically, the left arm. Left arm needs to be moved above the coats. And then, similar to the left arm, so does the wristwatch and the fingers. So we're gonna grab these two, and we're gonna grab the wristwatch, and we're gonna move them above the arm. We're gonna move the arm further out, move it down, and I'm actually gonna flip this as well. And take that rotation down. So, like I said, we're really just setting up the rig for the movement that we are about to have it do. The right arm, similar with the rotation. And what we're aiming for is for them to come out of the ambulance. And I'm just gonna hop out of the back of the ambulance. Oh. Give me a second, you guys can't actually see what's going on. There we go. There we are. So what I did was I flipped this arm so that the arc, the bend of the arm or the elbow of the arm is facing outward this way. And then I changed it here. I brought down the rotation and basically flipped everything on this side to make it appear that this character is facing its left. Sorry about that. And this is going to be the position of the character with the stretcher. So the next thing to do is So it's that. Before we start any animating, we need to give ourselves some space to work. So we're going to come into our main composition, go to the composition settings, and we're going to extend the duration of the composition by about, say 5 seconds. So it's about 8 seconds right now. So we're going to extend it to 13 seconds. Or about 14 seconds, because it was 7 seconds and 53 frames. So now we have some more stuff to deal with. One of those things being the fact that after a few frames, these objects actually end. So for the stagnant layers, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the stagnant layers. These are layers that are not pre-comps. And I'm just going to grab each of those. I'm going to grab each of those and drag them out to the end. And this is the easiest time adjustment we're going to make. So the pre-comps are a little bit harder because I have to actually go in and adjust those. But for objects like these, I'm just going to drag them out. And so when we go here, basically we have the entire, every object that's stagnant by itself. Now we're going to go into the pre-comps. The most noticeable two being these, so we're going to enable time remapping for these. Actually, no. That's a lot of stuff that we shouldn't have to worry about. I'm just going to come into here and edit the composition settings so that it matches. And it's 13 seconds and 53 frames. I'm going to do the same thing with the commercial block. "13 seconds and 53 frames. And you'll notice that they've extended themselves. They're still cut though, so you still have to drag them out. But now when we go here, they should still be here. So I'm unaware of why they're disappearing, so let's check. And it's because I did not extend them within the composition itself. So there's a lot of extension that goes in. And the only reason I'm going through this is mostly because I'm trying to cut down on rendering time later. And the less effects that are on something, the better for rendering time. Now, the next thing that's very obviously missing from this is the balcony that we have animated. So we're gonna come over here. Gonna find the balcony. Edit the composition settings to 1353. Come out here. And close that. And drag. And I'm just shift clicking. Nothing there. So now once we drag this out, our balcony should be there. And it is. So and I'm just gonna put a loop expression on the balcony afterwards, just to continue the animation. Found rice and an egg. Congratulations. Everything seems really, really good to me right now. Cause I'm hungry. Um I really miss the taste of empanadas. I miss the taste of Jamaican patties. Alright, so it seems everything from here up to here. This is composition settings. And now we're just extending. And I really, really don't want to miss any layers. So I'm just double checking, scrolling to the top, scroll down, hit shift click, and just drag. I'm actually gonna not shift click. I'm gonna hit control, take that one out, and drag the rest. Mostly because this layer stops right here, and it's really important that it stops right there. So now that we have that done, we can come here, drag this out. Honestly, this is just a little bit time consuming, but it will pay off when I don't have to spend hours waiting for something to render because I didn't take the time to do this. So we do that. And our runners. Oh wow. Do that. Composition settings. So runner is actually a 3-second composition. So give me a second, but I think I can leave that one. Because if I remember correctly, they actually run off screen. Yeah, they do. So I can leave those. The front grass is... Can leave that as well. The ambulance stays. Balcony has been adjusted. The next thing to adjust will be our trees. And then the ambulances, and I believe that that will prepare us to do what we wanted to do, which is to have the ambulance come to here. So just two more, bear with me. The downside of live streaming is that I can't fast forward through all of these. Okay, so that's the tree. And that's the runner. Actually gonna do this one first. Edit our composition settings to okay, and now I know I just clicked out of that, but it was for a good reason. It was blocking stuff. There we go, and we're back. Now I can come here and move those down, move that up, and grab these two layers. Okay. And I can actually move the lecturer layer down. Reason being is that the lecturer doesn't appear anywhere in here. So it would just be a waste of time to have that layer up here. So we can come here. Okay. So we can come right along there. And our lecturer can appear afterwards. And we'll move him down. So the next thing we need to do is our ambulance. Alright, so our ambulance goes there. I need to wait a bit, and then we need it to come back here. Now, I actually have two ambulances. The first one is down here, and I believe it's the one we're currently looking at. And then the next one is here. So I'm actually gonna split this layer. Give me a sec. I think it's... Whoops. Will it work? Okay, so yes, Command Shift D. So we're gonna grab this. Command Shift D. Should have split the layer. Okay, I'm gonna go to the out. Command Shift D. There. Alright, so the problem was that from there, so I'm just gonna grab the position here and I'm actually gonna hit reset on this. And I'm just gonna double check to make sure. So there. There we go. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is adjust the position of this at this point. So I hear it's right here, so first things first, I'm gonna drag it to here. And then I'm going to move here, baby. There. And now I can just move the layer. So I want it to be immediately after this one. So it comes here, this layer ends, and we'll move this to here. And so we've effectively had that there. So we're there, it's here. And I'm actually gonna move this to where I want it to be. Move that down. And this particular ambulance I want to be in front of the trees, so and this one I'm gonna delete. Alright, so it's driven over or lock. That's beautiful. That's perfect, right? That's what it's supposed to do, drive over the people it's trying to pick up. And give me a second, I'm gonna change the music because it's putting me to sleep. So I'm gonna do, this one says happy. Alright, so this one is Happy by Alan Adams and Alan Skindro. I did not make up that name, it's right here on YouTube. Um, yeah. But I think I'm gonna go with Adventures by A Himitsu. And I think that will keep me awake. So let's play this and see how it looks so far. Okay. And we're gonna copy this. Okay, so there's actually a second one right there. Whoa! I deleted the wrong one. So we're just gonna redo that, and delete that one. So we'll move that one off screen, and this one we're gonna delete like we did before. Okay, and so our ambulance does a stop right there, and there's some problems with that. The fact that it's running over its patient is one of them, but we go here. What I want to do is put it there. That also requires me to move the checkered railing as well, so let's do that. And that seems to be working, so let's see. Yeah, if we move the checkered railing there, it gives a problem with the other ambulance, so that's looking like I'm gonna have to split the checkered railing as well. For now, we're just gonna leave it there, and I'll fix that off stream since it's a really easy fix. But it's just a little bit time consuming. So we're there. Or little man falls over. Or ambulance runs over him. And this is where our lecturer should appear. So we're gonna hit position, turn our lecturer on, and we're gonna move our lecturer. Our lecturer, we're gonna use a mask for him. Not right now, but instead of like splitting stuff and all of that wonderful stuff, we're gonna use a mask when he comes out of the ambulance. So first things first, do that and move him there. And we're gonna move him down. It's gonna be a little bit of a hop, but we haven't animated that yet. We're just doing there. There's gonna be another person here, so he's gonna stop there. And then we're gonna move him some more. And when you realize that you didn't extend long enough, because why not? I'm actually gonna just move these, get the timing correctly first. So, comes out, and then he stops for a bit, he keeps moving backwards. Just enough for the other person to come out with the stretcher. And then they both move down. So we're gonna move them here. And then they're both gonna come here. So we're just setting up our timing right now. So they're gonna come here. And they're gonna stay here. Bend down, pick him up, all of that wonderful foolishness. And then, whew. I'm actually gonna hide this ambulance right now. And let's play this just to see. I want it on a bigger screen. I'm tired of looking at it minuscule sized. So fine. So now that it's that size, I know that it's giving problems for you guys because of how it scales there. So I'll just fix that for you. And we're gonna see the mess. So and the ambulance that I turned off turned out to only be the word, so I'm gonna pause that. Just hover that down the bottom for a bit. And what I wanted to pause or hide was this one. And let's go. And play. I believe in you. There we go. So that's working. And I'm ignoring everything else, so I should probably turn it off. So I'm gonna turn off the Grandpa Runner, turn off the T-Pose Runner. Him I still need. Alright. This is becoming there, so it stops there. And I'm working out this timing. And they're gonna bend down, pick him up. Grab that position. Gonna turn that ambulance back on. And the ambulance has some strange interpolation going on it, so I'm gonna check what that's about. Not really too concerned about it right now. And it wasn't really much. I just put my timing on the wrong layer. So here, we hold that there, and I'm gonna close this so I don't do that again. We held that one. So all of this is picking up or vibrating our vibrating person right there, who we have run over with an ambulance. And then from here, this is still our ambulance, so let's drag that out a bit more. Alright, so from here, I'm not quite sure what to do. So let's assume that I picked him up, and let's just grab this here, move them back. So we'll move them back. Move them back up. And then back into the ambulance. I believe I'm going to give the ambulance a ramp. A little ramp that comes out, because this... Or maybe I need to just go watch some medical shows, because I don't think ambulances have ramps. Theoretically, I think they should. And just like that, they're gone. And then we repeat the same procedure again with Woozy Guy later. But let's check that out. Hit play. Okay. So I think the timing is down. Now I'm gonna measure how long all of that took and extend the composition to its appropriate length. So this takes place at 5 seconds and 23 frames. I hit out. This takes place at 13 seconds and 15 frames. And that is... Watch me do simple math. Okay, so 13 seconds and 15 frames. I'm writing stuff down. And the endpoint is... Oh, and to do the jumps, I'm just pressing I and O, that's out and in. So that's 5 seconds and 23 frames. 7 seconds. And let's do this. Is it 25 or... Oh no, it's 59. This is actually going by seconds. What is my... Okay. I'm trying to work this out. I do believe I need to extend this by about 9 seconds. I'm gonna call it 10. Just giving myself some leg room to work with because of what happened the first time I extended this. I kind of want to know, Fawn, what happened with the rice and the egg that you found? Like, what did you make out of it? Did you make fried rice? So I'm gonna extend this by another 10 seconds. And that's gonna put me at 24 seconds. And I'm actually just gonna hit tilde so that this can take over the whole screen. And we're gonna just grab these. So there's that. That's our lecture. That's our ambulance. Where is the other ambulance? And anything else? Alright, I'm not gonna go through all of that extension with the balcony and the other compositions right now. I'm just gonna test the... Alright, I do need to extend the ambulance, which would work in my favor. So this is the ambulance. And I'm actually just gonna hit position, see where that is. And this is where our lecture will go. And let's see. Okay, so we're there. That's all well and good. Our ambulance needs extending some more, but that's that. The timing seems about right. So we're just gonna hit save so that I don't end up crying later today. And that's about where we are right now. So ambulance stopped. We animated a tree, he falls over. This ambulance is, of course, still a little bit too quick on the uptake. So I'm gonna grab this and this and move them down further and see how they look there. So it goes off screen, then it comes on screen. Better. Alright, and that's that. So I'm actually, whoops, I'm gonna undock you again, make you much smaller than you were before. Click this, hit tilde so I can get back to my workspace. Move that down and dock you there. And you guys should be able to see it now. Alrighty then. And that's basically it for now. Now what we're gonna do is we need to animate these timings, or maybe refine them. This is just a rough draft. Balcony is still there. So many little things to adjust for a seemingly simple project. Okay. So we're here. And the next thing I want to do is adjust this ambulance. So let's see what we can get out of this. So do that. Composition settings. And I'm just gonna call that 17. And I just want to see what happens there. Okay. Let's see. Alright, the ambulance is fixed. The next thing we need to see if this is truly working as it should is our patient. So let's go to our composition settings and we'll cancel that for now. How much further do you need to be? And you're at 13. That means you need at least a good 10 seconds on you. There we go. And we'll move this down. Okay. Alright, so I'm just gonna save that. And I think that's where I'm going to end the stream for today. I'm terribly hungry and sick, so I really can't continue on anymore. So thank you guys for all your support. And that's gonna be me for tonight. So I'm just gonna transition that. Good night, guys. I will see you this weekend with part 6 of this and some progress on this. I actually can't really go much further, so thank you. And I'm gonna give you all my hearts. I have lots of hearts. I just need to find them. Why is it you can never find the emoji you want when you really, really need it? There you go. Lots of hearts and owls. Thanks for all your support, guys. I'm leaving now, probably to go take care of my health and go get something to eat. Thank you.